welcome everyone back to Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology. And of course I forgot to change the name. Oh well. Oh gosh. There it is. Get all that centered. There we go. Now we're playing Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology, I swear. How is everybody doing? Hopefully all having a great night. Meowsticks, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Subscribe for 21 months now, saying 21 months or 21 timelines. How many lifetimes could you stand watching me? How is everybody doing on this fine Monday evening? Hello and welcome to Just a Guy, Boo Scary Helicopter, Brian FD, Fa56, Alpha, Meowsticks, and Cat Evie, who just subscribed to tier 1 for 18 months now. Holy crap.
Do I have enough healing potions?
And yeah, got enough healing potions, all that. I'm glad it was a pretty chill day for everybody. That's great to hear. Great to see. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Hobiki. Oh, wow. And Cat Evie used that sub to become Death. Brand new Death. Ain't that crazy? 100 bits from Smash Matt saying, instead of a frog champ, I'm going to use this time to say the Anton Blast Kickstarter, excuse me, has a mere 12 hours left, and they are just $11,000 shy of PlayStation and Xbox ports for this throwback to the best of Wario Land, among other awesome games. Well, that's cool. I don't know if they'll be able to make it, but that's still cool that they're so close. And yeah, great stuff. Hello, Simidon. How are you doing? Glad you could make it since this is your request. And how is the sound levels for everybody? I had to shift it around since I did a little other something today regarding my desktop sound levels. So hopefully the audio balance is good. Okay, cool. Audio balance is solid. In that case, it's time to go to the Historia as we saw last time, because well, we can't really do much here. We can if we actually go to check out what's going on, bad things happen. If we try to wait, he's not showing up. So the timeline's kind of stuck on a dead end until we make something else happen. So now we get into the real time travel aspect of all this. Sound might be a tad low. I wondered about that, so I'm going to crank it just a little bit. 1 second. That should hopefully be a little bit better. So let's travel back to this choice where Rosch asked us to join him and we said no.
What do you make of that soldier? He wore an Alistel uniform, but...
You don't think this was Granorg's doing, do you?
No. Something about it seems strange. A professional assassin would have acted far quicker.
True. And then there's the way he died.
I'm just reminding myself about what... I know we've already seen a Lightbox. I'm just trying to remind myself about the events.
Most likely.
All right, the guy that
before,
fell apart in the
sand. This is my first time seeing it up close.
The assassin that we just had in here.
It's just like the reports. It causes people to turn into sand.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now. All right, let's go ahead and skip that. Because we got attacked here, and we got saved by Rosch. We've already talked to everybody once before, except for Rosch. So let's do that. Well, we did it before, but yeah.
Hey, Stocke.
Fizzy.
Have your answer yet?
Thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. 21 months now, saying excited for more Radiant Historia. I am too, because we are getting to the stuff that I am not familiar with at all. I had vague familiarity with the stuff that happened in the first stream, but now I'm completely blind to what's going on here.
Do you want to join my team or stay with Ice?
No, of course, join Rosch. Yeah, we already did it once before. We did the other one, so
joining your brigade.
let's join him.
That's good to hear.
He's so happy.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't confident I could handle training all the rookies myself. I'm glad to have you aboard. I'm going to inform Lieutenant General Raoul of your decision. He should get all the paperwork set in motion.
All right, let's meet Raoul.
Dear children of Alistel, I have come bearing the word of the prophet Noah.
Noah Square. The savior Noah delivered Alistil from Grenorg's oppression at the young age of 16. He is revered as a saint, but 70 years later, he no longer makes public appearances. When Noah has a proclamation to deliver, General Hugo, okay, so this is Hugo, serves as his mouthpiece. These proclamations are delivered in a corner of Alistil Castle, commonly known as Noah's Square. The common folk are not normally permitted, but on the eve of his proclamations, it is opened up. The people come in throngs, eager to hear Noah's reassurance in a time of war and uncertainty. Oh! It's General Hugo! General Hugo has arrived! Advocate General Hugo, what saith the prophet Noah?
Please!
Tell us, General Hugo!
Blessed are you, beloved children of the prophet Noah. Hush now.
Gotta go, love how he's going. I'm blanking on the actor's name, but yeah, obviously he's the voice of Dio, he's the voice of Dracula, he's the voice of I always forget. It's been so long since I've watched My Hero. Patrick Seitz, thank you, Lightbox. But yeah, he's definitely going for a lower register this time around, which is saying something for him.
Untainted believers in the light, I will now reveal to you all the message entrusted to me by the prophet Noah.
Oh!
Please, give us the prophet's holy message.
The prophet Noah has spoken.
Oh, he's Frankie in One Piece? Oh my gosh, I've not heard that, so that's fun.
Now is the hour when the melted snow shall water the sandy soil.
Huh? What is this melted snow?
The land
Yes, Endeavor,
of
that's it.
Alistel is embraced by snow-capped mountains where the high gods dwell. If there are any who yearn for peace, the snows shall melt, and the deserts will have succor. In truth, the melted snow refers to you, the people.
Oh. Us?
Blessed children of the frigid lands of Alistel, you will descend upon the tainted land of Granorg and purify it.
Oh. Great. It's a holy war.
That is the prophet's most devout wish.
What should we do?
This too, as the prophet Noah foreseen. The source of the taint is the olden kingdom of Granorg. Festering at the heart of this source is the evil enthroned there.
Ah!
Protea.
That's right!
He means Queen Protea. That Granorg tyrant is evil in human form. I mean, they're not wrong, but I mean, I've been trained from, 25 plus years of RPG playing. Never trust the church.
The prophet believes
Or prophets.
He has seen the children of the pure melted snow, ridding the land of these impurities. He knows that the power of each of Alistel's children will add to this crusade's success.
They even use crusade. Oh.
That's right!
That's right. This is a crusade. Ah, crap. We have to pry Granorg back out of Queen Protea's claws.
Oh!
If victory in Granorg is what the prophet Noah wants, that's what we'll work towards.
Go forth, my children. The waters of the pure melted snow shall rid the world of this evil.
That's right!
Death to the evil Queen Protea. We'll prove the prophet Noah's power to the world.
Do not forget, the melted snow shall also nourish this parched world.
Oh. That's right. We'll be the ones who save the
In
world.
the Prophet Noah's holy name, our salvation begins now!
Hooray!
Praise be to the prophet.
Yeah!
Oh, he says this, I need to hurry up and finish editing. After this section is where I stopped the first time I saw the game. I gotta know how it continues. Oh no. That's the interesting thing here, though. We've seen Grenorg at this point. They're not good guys, but neither does Elistel seem to be. Good people, probably on both sides, but the leaders, ooh. May our crusade be victorious.
Melted snow, huh? No matter how often I see your theatrics, General Hugo, they never cease to amaze.
I'm not familiar with this actor.
We'll be seeing a bump in the ranks of the enlisted men soon, I expect. He's certainly comfortable in the role of the Prophet's mouthpiece. But if he doesn't keep his wits about him, someday he'll find that...
Lieutenant General Raoul, sir. May I come in?
So this is Raoul.
Of course. The door's unlocked.
Chris Kaysen. I'm not 100% sure who that is, or what has he done?
Excuse me, sir. I know you must be busy.
Think nothing of it. So, what brings you here?
It's the matter of the adjutant for my brigade. I think I may have mentioned it.
Oh, Stocke. Yes, I remember. Did he see things your way?
Yes, sir. He said he wants to, he plans to accept the proposal to join my brigade.
Rosch, it's just me. You can relax a little. You don't have to act differently around me. It makes things easier between us. And besides, I know it's not your style.
I actually remember that being a bit of a bit of a controversy regarding the game, Soulcaster, because a lot of people enjoyed the old art style of Radiant Historia and didn't like the more, I guess, animification of the character designs. I've looked at both, and I appreciate them both for, their own reasons. Oh God, I'm trying to remember Forsyth and Shadows of Valentia.
Then again,
been
if you
so
continue
long.
to rise through the ranks, you'll need to act more like a leader.
I see. Anyway, that's the long and the short. Stocke will be my adjutant.
All right, the documents are already prepared, so I'll get them to personnel right away.
Oh, Gluttony. Wow, Gluttony is such a different voice. Shuv. I think I remember for now.
Do you think Heiss is going to be okay with this? Technically, you'll be taking Stocke from under his nose.
You have a point there. But the lack of skilled officers in our army is a real problem. And Heiss's Special Intelligence Group has no official sanction, let alone veto power.
Do I remember right that he created it without permission when he first came here?
You
Really?
do indeed. Plus, Stocke was a military man for a year before Heiss formed Special Intelligence. With the SI still an unofficial outfit, on paper Stocke is still a soldier. When you think about it that way, it's only natural for him to be recalled. There's no reason to let Heiss hog the top talent for his unofficial pet projects. Though I suppose it's his pet project that saved Elistel more than once.
I see what you're saying.
Hey, Kabama Pones.
But, official documentation aside, do you think Heiss will take this lying down?
Don't worry, he's no fool. Present him with an unshakable argument, and he won't press the point. Instead, he'll find a less direct means of getting even.
Oh, lovely.
But you knew that going in, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought as much. There's no way he'd let go that easily.
That sort of thing is part and parcel of any big organization. It's the nature of society. Just tread lightly.
Yes, sir.
A lot more discussion around this decision than if you choose Heiss.
Well then, shall we talk of something else? You know, headquarters has given the order for your brigade to go into action.
didn't
Do
take
they
long.
understand that my brigade is made of fresh meat? They're all civilians. None of them had ever touched a weapon until just recently.
They understand, yes.
Fallout 56, last time I played Shadows of Valentia is when it first came out. When I was doing the review.
Stocke will be with us. I'm sure we'll make it through.
A fine attitude. You seem to have a lot of faith in Stocke.
He has some personality quirks, but to my knowledge, his skills are unparalleled.
Maybe so. I look forward to seeing what he can do. Rosch, looks like we'll be playing the part of the melted snow.
Lucky us.
Sorry?
You didn't hear General Hugo's speech?
Oh, you mean when he delivered the Prophet Noah's proclamation? The cheers were deafening.
It was indeed a stirring speech. We'll be drowning in enlisted men once more. It'll be as if the snow from the mountaintop suddenly melted.
Hey, Rusty McTin.
I'll do my best to bring them back alive. That's my job.
Well said.
Oh god, Chris Kazin was Tatsu? Oh boy. That's some range.
Now then, let's go over the details of your mission.
What do you think's up with this transfer to a new brigade? It's a far cry from the SI. And we'll be working under Stocke.
It seems the people officially in charge did some reshuffling of personnel. It came down from the army, so I guess General Hugo or Lieutenant General Raoul was involved.
Probably right. Heiss would have said something. Seems like a crazy way to do things, doesn't it?
Who can say? They decide, we obey. Feel sorry for Heiss, but we should do our best in our new brigade.
Yeah. Whatever department we're in, we're still working to protect Alistel.
Oh, that reminds me. Our new captain, Rosch, was it? He's a friend of yours, isn't he, Stocke?
Yes. This was some time ago, but back when I was in the army, we fought side by side.
An old friend of yours, eh? I wonder what he's like.
Guess you'll see.
Oh, Captain!
He's the big guy. Oh, Karivi. Today's your parents' wedding anniversary. That's awesome.
Hey, you're the guy Stocke was talking to the other day.
That's cool.
Oh, you're the new captain, huh?
So chill.
The nerve of you, speaking to your captain like that.
What is this guy?
It's okay. I'm not really one for formalities anyway.
But Captain, you have to set a good example for the brigade.
Come on, let's discuss the mission. I may as well say, we've already got marching orders. Our destination is the Alma Mine in the Western Mountains.
Ah, yes, the Alma Mine.
A mine?
Located west of Lasville Hills. It's a strategic location that passes through the mountain into Granorg territory. And it seems it's been invaded. Our mission is to drive Granorg out of the mine.
Granorg's side should have been sealed.
It used to be, but apparently they blew open the seal and forced their way in.
That's rather reckless, setting off explosives at an old mine. Why would they do such a thing?
Because of the Sand Fortress. You've heard that Alistel took it back recently? If Granorg wants to attack us, they have to capture the Sand Fortress first. But that's easier said than done. It's well fortified and takes a lot of planning and effort. So they're eyeing the Alma Mine as an alternate route, one that gets around the Sand Fortress.
Not a bad
I
idea.
see. By the way, who's that with you?
Oh, right. You already heard that my brigade is composed of new cadets. He's sort of the leader of the fresh faces.
Ah,
My name's Keel, sir.
Keel. Voiced by Mark Whitten. I'm not familiar with Mark Whitten, but it sounds a lot like Ash from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I've heard a lot about you from Captain Rosch.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be in the army. He visited all the time just to watch us train.
He's the voice of... Oh! Is Ash and Sedit's the same voice actor as well?
I eventually got to know him, so I told him about you.
Wow. I had
I'm
no
great
idea.
at fencing. Well, sword dancing, technically. But the captain told me he knew someone who was much better with a sword.
More his Ash voice.
Me, I assume.
Yes, sir.
N-
I'll train hard to someday be as good as you, Sergeant.
Well, Stocke, how's it feel to be someone's role model? You're not as shady a guy as you think.
If you say so, sure.
Ash is voiced by Shannon McCain. Alright.
Good to meet you, Keel.
So same voice as Sedith.
The honor's all mine.
What a different
If
voice.
the chance comes up, I'd like to see these sword skills of yours. Particularly the sword dancing you mentioned.
Of course, sir. I'd be honored to, Sergeant.
Also, the sergeant is a bit much. Just call me Stocke.
But that wouldn't be proper. No, I have to call you Sergeant, Sergeant.
Looks like the introductions went great. See? I was right to make you my adjutant. Thing is, I'm sorry to put this on you, but I need you to be the vanguard of this brigade. None of these new soldiers have any combat experience. I need trained men in the vanguard.
Hey lass, how's it going?
So that's why Mark and I were reassigned here.
I see your point. It's the best way to keep casualties to a minimum.
I'll join in as well anytime you need my help. Just say the word. The squad led by Keel will be directly behind us providing support. Not just for that, though. I also want to give them a chance to see you guys in action.
I'll try real hard not to be a burden.
He's very enthusiastic.
All right, let's get going.
Alright, Rainy and Marco. And Rosch. Oh geez. With the addition of Rosch, your party now has 4 members. Only 3 members may participate in battle at a time. You can swap them as you wish. To change participants, enter the main menu and select Party. Even those who are not participating will receive a portion of earned experience. Consider each member's strengths and growth as you decide who to bring with you into battle. Mine, huh? So looks like looks like those guys kept their level from the other one, so that's cool. Whew, Rosch is at level 9. Well, I like to keep my party evenly leveled, so we're gonna keep Rosch out of the party for now. Obviously, Strong can help out, but that's just how I play. Once we're at level 9, then we can shift up the party members. Nope, Hugo's not in here.
Yes.
There's Raoul. Let's see if we can talk to Heiss.
Yes.
Nope, no Heiss. Let's save because that was a lot of dialogue. Oh, Novoxis, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. 16 months now. Says, I'd be more excited for the Xenoblade 3 Direct if I thought Nintendo wasn't going to spoil massive swaths of it. Only a month and a bit ago anyway, and fear not everyone, a General Direct is probably on the way soon. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think people should be a little bit more optimistic.
Yes. Yes.
About there being a Xenoblade Direct, mainly because that means it gets out of the way of the General Direct, and all we have to come up is Splatoon 3 that we know about. It leaves the opportunity for a lot more room, and now the people who don't care about Xenoblade or don't want to avoid spoilers can avoid this Direct. It makes a lot of sense.
Say,
Well, we do have more quests thanks to this lady.
Welcome.
Reception desk. I have something to ask of you. Is that all right? Sure.
Thank you very much.
The long, long war between Alistal and Grenorg. Even those of us in human resources are battling it out behind the scenes. It's a battle of securing excellent recruits. We must not lose to
By the
Grenorg.
way,
Do you know of a country called Cygnus?
The mercenary country in the desert. Officially, it's neutral, but they've lent many soldiers to both Alistel and Granorg.
That's correct.
Well, Alistal is somewhat reliant on mercenary support from Cygnus as well. But I think if we don't do well here, it'll be harder to plan our future goals. So that's where you come in. Can you help us recruit some mercenaries? I'll do it.
Thank you very much.
Really? Thank you. I'm sure you'll be a great help. Right now, there are wandering mercs staying at
I'll
the
be
inn.
counting on you.
This is an opportunity. Try scouting them. Oh, look at that. A side quest we can actually do.
Yes.
So that room's still blocked off. All those are. Looks like the side quests only appear in certain
What do you think?
and certain timelines. Personally, I'm hoping the Xenoblade Xenoblade Direct is more about the gameplay. Oh, another mission.
Sir,
Thank you for your hard work, Sergeant Stocke. I have night watch, but I can't get over how tired I am. If they catch me asleep on duty again, I'll be in big trouble. If I had a couple of anti-sleeps, I'm sure I'd make it through the night. Anti-sleeps, huh? Take note of this. Alright, let's go to the inn and recruit.
What is it?
Who are you?
A messenger. You should head to the recruitment center before they close.
Listen.
Well, we're mercenaries. You probably know why we're here. But I don't know what to do. It's a little frightening to think of the power Grenorg has. We give our lives for money. I hope the weaker side pays better, knowing the risks.
Why don't I show you what Alistel can do?
Are you a soldier?
Yeah.
I guess there are some pretty good soldiers in the army after all. Hey, you in the red. I'm sorry for all this. We're in the same squad. Let's be friends. Well, I'll see you later.
I guess that was a successful recruitment.
That's one way to recruit. Guess there's none up here. Just had to, you know, try to be a little threatening.
Buy something?
No.
Yes.
Alright, let's get some anti-sleeps. There are no anti-sleeps. What the heck? Hey, Jaskerica. Did I pick up any? Nope. Well, I guess they're out of stock. Oh, God. Oh, Stocke, the mercenaries from Cygnus came. One said to say hello to the soldier in red for him. They didn't ask for a high price either. What did you tell them?
This is your reward.
Anyway, here's the reward for all your help. Hey, 1500 G. Nice.
Thank you very much. I'll be counting on you.
Well, there we go. We actually completed a side quest. Let's get out of here. Look at that, just straight into the... Oh, we can't. Interesting, you have to go through it. So funny to see we're back in the prologue. And it won't let me just continue the walk either, so I have to enter here. Hey, analyst, duelist. I think I messed that up. Oh well. Ow. Let's push you left. Let's push you forward. And actually... yeah, screw it. Left. Forward. Oh, good.
Hip hip, hooray!
Ironclad Ninja, thank you so much. Well, that's fine. I don't know why I said thank you so much, but I saw for my sake. I was like, oh, that's nice of you to think of my sake. For your and GVG's sake, I hope there's a general direct because content, but I'd be happy if the news cycle stops so we can enjoy the games we're getting these next few months. Yeah, seriously. There's a lot coming up. All I know is that most of my schedule is being cleared out just so I can enjoy Xenoblade 3. That is my big concern. That is a big lizard all of a sudden. That's new. Hello.
Let's do this.
Left assault. Push. Attack. Thunder. Power wave. Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
How about this?
Look at that.
Did you really think you could?
Am I getting 3 hopes on Friday? Probably not. I don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of extra money.
Excuse me.
So, it's one of those things I need to start taking a closer look at. We'll see how it goes because I have a bunch of, we have a bunch of these games coming up, and there's a lot of time for many of them. But I might have to institute a policy where, you have to pick from the games I already have for your requests. Okay, I missed the B, but that's fine. Push. Left. Attack. We need a good assaulting thing for I'm blanking on his name. Marco. Left. Grapple. Actually, let's do thunder.
Here goes!
There we go.
We did it.
Let's see. God damn it, Bomby. Thank you for the first time chat. Appreciated. Says, how's your day going so far? I'd say it was a pretty good day. Didn't sleep the best because Kai woke up really early in the morning because we think something disturbed his sleep. Just in terms of there was some loud, like one of his toys just went off on its own. Okay, well I found whatever that is, but can't can't make it. Oh, do you mind if I ask what you're thinking for your next request, Simidon? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to. Obviously, you can keep it secret for now if you want. Let's heal up a bit, especially Rainy, who's been taking a bit of a beating. Infamous 2, but then by then I might change, my mind might change. Okay. Yeah, I remember really enjoying the Infamous games. Let's go up here. Right, this thing. Sure, we got that.
See if you like some.
A traveling merchant. You should buy a lot to prepare for what's up ahead. There's a sleep wing, but I want an anti-sleep thing. I think... If you do eventually go BT what you have, go by what you have for the game request, do you have a list of games? I do, Soulcaster. It's not fully updated in there, so I've got a few more games since then. But a list, I do have a list in my About page. You can see that there and click on it, and then you can see a spreadsheet of all my games. It's missing maybe, you know, 10 or 12, but for the most part it's good. Right. Aha! A chest!
Yeah.
That I can't access. Dang it! Guess we'll go left. Alright.
We got the upper hand.
Nice when that happens. I'll take a great.
Yeah, we won.
Yes.
We got this!
Alright, there we go. Push. Push. Attack. Thunder. Attack. Power wave.
Take this.
Nice when you can get that
think
excellent.
You could beat me?
Oh my gosh. 100 bits from Jay Scarica. Thank you so much. Saying 3 hopes contribution fun starter. Anyway, hope everything's well. I've been playing through New Game Plus of Xenoblade 1, which is so cathartic and having a blast. Thinking of picking up Xenoblade 2 soon, and eventually would like to get the Xenoblade 3 later down the road. I've become so invested in the series and absolutely love it. That is a correct opinion. That is amazing. Just a Guy, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Saying, let's give it up for the 60 plus viewers on a late Monday night. This community rules. Yeah, who would have guessed? I had no idea that this game would warrant so many viewers. There's so many fond memories. Alright, there we are. We'll save again. And Kabama Pones with a redeemed message saying, may I ask, how do you know when there's direct coming or not? Have you guys been following any news updated from someone on or from Twitter these posts that post these announcements? Curious to know. I don't know for sure. That's the thing. But there's been enough people that I do trust kind of saying that I lean on the side of yes, that's a thing that's going to be happening. So that's why I'm not worried. Plus, you know, Nintendo's going to show absolutely some stuff, you know, it's a given, so it's all good. That's all. GCM of Chaos, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Just saying, just to add to the funds. Love how you guys are trying to give me enough money so I can actually buy 3. I mean, the thing is, 3 Hopes comes out this weekend, this Friday, as well as Sonic Origins. It's crazy. There is a lot to see, a lot to play. But let's go ahead and move and actually see the Alma Mine. Hello.
Hello.
I did not expect him to say hello back. You must be Captain Rosch and Sergeant Stocke. I've been waiting for you.
That's us, all right. But who are you?
Yes.
I mean, Origins has priority because, in some respects, because it's shorter, and I can play it on the side easier, and it's cheaper. I'm the field agent in this area. I've got orders to update you on the situation at the Alma Mine.
All right, that should be helpful. How's it looking?
Let's see.
First, you should know about the enemy. It seems we're up against Count Selvan's troops.
Selvan. He's the brain supporting Diaz from the shadows, isn't he? This is more complicated than I thought. We absolutely can't fail this mission, or we'll be in deep trouble.
Indeed.
I agree, but here we have a problem.
What do you mean?
Let's see.
This side of the entrance is blocked by a cave-in at the moment. So the plan was to clear it with explosives and enter the mine. But we've lost contact with the merchant who was meant to deliver the explosives.
Yes.
And that's all I have for you. You can get more details from the other soldiers further in. My next mission awaits, so if you'll excuse me. I'm guessing that's the guy that was supposed to meet up with us. Good Vibes Gaming is more different from Game Explained for me? Well, that's kind of the point. I'm glad. Thank you. Last of Glacier, I don't know if they developed it, but I do know that Atlas did publish this. I'm not sure which they made and published. I'm not sure which studio took care of this one.
We need to make a move before the enemy gets their footing. But we can't even get inside.
Seriously.
It's interesting to see how they interact with one another. Atlas has never made a bad game. I don't know. Rondo begs to differ. Index Corporation developed this.
Not only that, but Selvan's troops are on the move. We should go see what shape the entrance is in. Damn, it's sealed shut.
Excuse me.
Captain Rosch, about the situation report.
I heard the gist of it from the agent. But more importantly, has a scout been sent out yet?
No, sir. We're a little short-handed.
That's not good. Even if we sent someone out now, and he did manage to acquire explosives, it'd be dusk. But without those explosives, we're pretty much sitting ducks.
Captain Rosch, don't we have the thaw machines with us? I could move the rock single-handedly with those things.
Do you really think they'd keep such expensive weaponry in a hole like this?
Of course not. I, just wanted to ride a thaw machine, just once in my life.
Yeah.
Well, if you're interested, they're produced in Alistel's lab by an engineer named Fennel. Regardless, we have to focus on our current problem. Even my gauntlet is useless here.
If we can't go any further, why don't we just ambush them here? If their goal is to get inside Alistel territory, they'll have to come through here anyway.
Generally speaking, an ambush would give us the upper hand. Stocke, what do you think?
Oh. Well, I guess I doubt it's going to go well, but let's wait in ambush. I doubt it's going to go well.
We can't spare a single soldier to be out on a wild goose chase. And taking the lack of training that soldiers like Keel have into account, it's a good plan.
You're right. An ambush would be an efficient way to make sure we're ready for Selvan's troops. Okay, Keel, you heard the man. Gear up the brigade.
Right away, Captain.
Rosch's brigade ambushed the Grimnorg forces in Alma Mine. It was a plan that would prove successful. The Grimnorg soldiers were mowed down at the hands of the valiant men in Rosch's brigade. The problem was time. Despite their victory, the hard-fought battle proved too time-consuming. Grimnorg's forces were dispatched not only to Alma Mine, but to the Sand Fortress as well. Once the Sand Fortress fell, Grimnorg's march on Alistel was unimpeded. It was only a matter of time before Alistel was seized by the full might of Grimnorg. Rosch and his brigade were destined to face the futility of many impossible battles. Director pitched this game to Atlas and they sent him the resources to make the game. That's awesome. Well,
You've returned, Stocke.
we got another bad ending.
Ambushing the enemy was a good idea, but your timing wasn't so good.
Hey, Lass. I'm not Lass. I saw Lass saying hello to Amy, and yeah, not a whole. I don't think you've missed a whole lot. Just we made our way through the forest, made our way to the mine, and chose the ending that the decision that didn't work out so well.
You ended up getting attacked from two sides.
It's not impossible to take back the Sand Fortress. However, the world will turn to sand by the time you can accomplish it.
You're going to have to go back in time to reverse this mistake. Stocke, you must use Historia.
Shall we
Yeah, I
record
figured.
the actions you've taken so far, just in case?
Yep, let's save. Alright. Interesting that this goes through the middle. I wonder what that means. Alright, let's go back to the closed mine.
Damn.
Let's send some scouts.
No. An ambush would be too time-consuming. Perhaps we should...
Oh, hello.
Hello, Stocke. It seems you're in quite a predicament.
If you're here, then history is being tampered with, right?
Correct. We sense the power of the Chronicle, but it's a different one. You remember our previous conversation about it, right?
Yeah. And I remember that I have the means to resolve the problem, too.
Good. Then we can get right to the point. The merchant was killed in the other history. As a result, he no longer exists here either.
Oh, wow.
So I need to save his life in the other history to make sure he lives to see this one, right?
Correct? You've just spoken to the field agent, right? After that, he moved on. Actions as insignificant as this could affect the other history.
It's kind of mind-blowing how these things affect each other. Like, I figured we talked to the field agent, but I guess the most efficient method is to go to join Stocke first and then go back to the other one. It's crazy.
You should search for incidents in the other history that may be linked to this situation. Especially if you were scheduled to meet him. You have to pay close attention to detail.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Sergeant Stocke? Sir?
Hey, what are you mumbling about?
It's nothing. Don't mind me.
Well, if you were figuring out a way to get a hold of those explosives, keep going. Just try not to scare my men when you do it. So, got any ideas?
No. Not yet.
Breaking rocks. We can explore at least a little bit around here.
Wanna buy something?
Oh, equipment. What kind of equipment do we got? Well, first, still nothing for anti-sleep. Silver edge. Man, I need a lot more cash. I guess I can go ahead and get her... the iron spear. Yeah, why not? Let's get Rainy the Iron Spear. Well, we need some cash. Broke emote. Man, I don't even know who would we choose for a broke emote. I mean, we don't have we already have a Wario emote, so we need somebody else signifying that they're broke. We have that we can sell. We have 30 gold. I mean, I don't know if we'll need it later. We'll worry about it then, but jeez, there's not gonna a lot. And that was after getting 1,500 extra from the side quest. I guess I tend to like games that we've played on here. So Tom Nook wouldn't really work for me. And I've not played a Zelda yet. Nothing else here. Let's go back to the other timeline. Alright, let's go. Let's wait for the informant.
Let's wait a little while longer. This is the location he specified, even if we run into him at all.
Yes.
Smart move. No wonder Heist trusts you. As Meowstick says, I don't think it's a spoiler at this point, but the main gimmick is swapping between the two timelines to advance each of them. Pretty neat way to have time travel. I wondered if there was going to be multiples of these. Jack Frost with an empty wallet. That's not bad. I'm Heist's agent. Sorry to have kept you waiting for so long. I didn't think it'd take this long to get here, but I had some trouble at Alma Mine. Hey, have we met somewhere?
I don't think so. But that aside, tell us what you've learned.
Indeed.
Ah, right. I have bad news. Granorg has gained control of the Sand Fortress.
No! Then how are we supposed to get to Granorg? Wait. What about Alma Mine? I've heard there's a path through it.
Yes, but it's no good. Granorg's strike force will be invading the Alma Mines shortly. They're operating on two fronts. It's the beginning of a full-scale attack by Granorg.
What? Then what do we do? If the Sand Fortress and Alma Mine are both out, how else do we get to Granorg?
Yes.
Go through the Sand Fortress anyway. The Sand Fortress and Alma Mine are equally dangerous, mind you. But if it's a choice between a battle that's over and one that's only going to get fiercer, take the Sand Fortress. They're not guarding it much anyway. Palamedes of the Deus Knights has already gone home.
Yes.
That much you can count on. Look, I'm not going to ask the three of you to take back the whole fortress. All you need to do is slip through to the other side. Oh. Good night, Soulcaster. You're SI agents. Shouldn't that be second nature for you?
Nice. He knew this would happen. Understood. You're right. The Sand Fortress is the slightly better option. We'll go through there on our way to Granorg. Tell Heiss.
Yes.
Will do. Once you've entered Granorg, you'll get your objective from another agent there.
Farewell.
Good luck, and be careful. Alright, now we got the no-show done. Let's go ahead and save. Whoops. Of course she got poisoned.
Here goes.
Gonna have to heal up a bit after this.
Hip hip hooray!
We're through here. Someone help! What was that? The node's reacting to it. That means there's something new in the White Chronicle. But why here of all places? Rainy's best girl, Calloway says. We haven't really met any other girls other than, I guess, Erica. But we haven't really met her. I guess Protea, but I don't think Protea is going to get any best girl awards.
That's...
Trying to escape from Braun, the Desert Crow, are ya? Not happening. Oh, hey, it's the thieves they were talking about. Now give it up already. I knew I should have sprung for armed escorts. But you'll have to kill me if you want this. Hey now, it's just a job, and this job comes from a man who's real bad. What do you suppose he wants us to do to anyone who tries resisting?
Bro!
Let's spare ourselves the trouble, bro. Maybe we can just kill him.
End of the line, you two. Hey!
Who the heck are you? Bro, I think they might be soldiers from Alistal. What should we do? Soldiers, huh? Ha! You showing up just made this all the more interesting. You in the red. How about a fight? Might be fun. Bro?
Loud and clear.
Well, no changing your mind now. I'll cover you, bro.
Hurts!
Thanks, Hertz. It's that kind of loyalty that keeps us together. Anyway, here goes. Kinda doubt they're actually bros.
Can't get careless.
Ooh,
This is looking bad.
he hits hard. That's alright, we're gonna make this work out for us.
You're gonna do it!
Push. And then they'll be right on top of each other. Power wave. I wish to God he would get something that would, you know. It says finds a weak point. Maybe I could try that just to see what it is. Hey, Style Boys. How you been? Honestly, healing would probably be better. Because we're going to do Power Wave, Thunder, and then attack.
Take this!
This'll do the trick.
Too slow!
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't kill him.
Now then.
Oh, it interrupted the
Go.
thing. Okay.
Too slow. Do
Oof. Let's do this. Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Poor Marco.
Here you go.
Go.
He's just taking a beating. He needs better armor. Or Braum just hits like a friggin' truck. My god.
Go.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. Let's change Marco. So we can heal her up right away, and then we can do our push assault and everything else. Oh, I don't have enough for Power Wave anymore. Crap. So the reason they're red is that because of changing their positions, that makes them more susceptible to crits. Ah, perfect.
No way.
Oh, that was a close one.
Ooh, Poison Break and Magic Boost. Nice.
Damn it all.
Damn, you're tough. Didn't expect to get knocked flat on my ass that quick.
Hey.
You there, red guy. What's your name?
Stocke.
Well, it won't be a name I'll forget anytime soon.
Hurts.
Hurts. The failure stings now, but the next gig will be better. You and I, we gotta buck up.
Loud and clear.
Aye, aye, bro. I'll follow you to the end of the world.
What an annoying duo. But at least we got the job done.
Hello.
Oh my, how can I ever repay you? You saved my life.
Think nothing of it. We were just passing by.
My name's Tarkin.
Well, the name's Tarkin, and it's a good thing my explosives are safe. I'm in your debt. I'm on my way to Alma Mine, and thanks to you, I'll make it there alive.
Mine? Are you the one with supplies for the Alistel army?
That's correct.
Yes, I'm told they needed to blow the entrance to Alma Mine or something. That's why they need my explosives.
Explosives, huh?
It is kind of interesting to see this duel. It's like a mixture of, like, the time travel mechanics here is kind of like a mixture between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross.
Oh?
Are you interested in learning how these work? Well, the least I can do is teach you the art of explosives. Who knows, it could come in handy for you someday.
Maybe you're right. Let's hear it.
Bombs, huh? Sounds like fun.
That's correct.
Okay, listen close.
I see. That's interesting.
That's correct.
Yep, if you can utilize it, you could blow up a small rock or two, that's for sure. And now we got the bomber skill. Press the L button near a barrel to prime the explosives. After priming the explosive, press the L button again to detonate them. You will take damage if you are too close to the barrel when it detonates. Be careful. If the change L button option is set to on, you will not be able to detonate explosives. Be sure the change L button is set to off if you wish to use this function.
Way to go, Stocke. That's a good skill to have. But it's not really my style, you know?
Yeah, everyone's inept at something or another.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm just too lazy to memorize those instructions, that's all.
That's just laziness.
Not like I couldn't do it. Got that?
Well then, friends, I should be on my way. I bid you farewell.
Yes.
By the way, I usually run my business in a desert town called Stocke. If you're ever in the area, I do hope you'll come visit.
We'll see what we can do. Let's go.
If we head west, we can cross the Lasville Hills.
Hopefully this rectifies the situation, allowing that merchant to reach Alma Mine. Should I stay in this timeline or should I head back to the others to see for myself? I better decide soon. I'll just stay for now until we reach another dead end. But now that we have this explosion aspect, let's see what we can blow up.
Come on, see if you like some.
Let's go to items. Sheesh. They do not give you many healing spots, that's for sure. And don't worry, I'll go save soon. Okay, still can't do that.
Stocke, Alma Mine, the agent told us we shouldn't go near it for now.
Excuse me. Until I can fully heal, I'm gonna try to avoid these battles. There we are. See, now the save emotes are getting the use out of it because I'm refusing to save when everybody wants me to. Now I'll save. And let's make sure I have that option. Okay, change L button is off. We can blow stuff up. We gotta take advantage of that. Like this. Okay, like,
Yes.
gotta kill this bee. That's just rude. Let's see. That should set us up for what we need. So now we can do left. Left. Attack. Thunder. I just realized I can't get the one behind because they can't be stocked up. I don't have a push right yet. I actually needed, what I needed to do was pull forward. You probably use pull forward with Marco. But we're so powerful at this point, it doesn't really matter.
What'd you think about that?
Boom! some holy water. That's cool, using barrels. I would have thought we'd just blow up the rocks themselves. The breeze armlet. There's a soldier's body. He was probably trapped here by the mudslides caused by the rain. And there we go. Side quest that we did see in the other timeline. This guy was alive. That's cool. You know, honestly, I feel like it's better to have, at this point, probably better have Rainy with this extra speed. Was there another bomb spot? I feel like there was. Okay, I have to re-bomb areas. Let's... Oh, jeez. Ow. Just get rid of the chickens. I need right assault. Actually, here we go. Grapple. Left.
Here goes.
There
you go.
What'd you think about
Excuse me.
that?
Was there anything else in this area that I could...
I won't lose. I won't lose.
Nope, nothing. Aha! But I can't use it because I need to get to the barrel and... Dang it! How the heck do you fix that problem? Oh, I see. There's another barrel. Excuse me. Pardon me. Don't mind me, chicken. What is down here? More of the stuff to cut. Exploration. Methinks I'm going to be coming up back through this way at some point. Because there's definitely no barrels here this time. We don't know, Eggroll. We're completely in the dark. That said, I am going to continue this way so we can get heal it up at the end.
Welcome. Yes.
There we are.
Thank you.
We needed that. We'll skip most of the fights so we can just get to
Don't let your guard down.
the new stuff. Yeah, thank God inns are cheap. Like, if I really wanted to, I could grind up the money. Alright, let's keep going. Here's another good spot to save. There's a lot of save points in this game. I think we chose the right game for our save emote. Alright, Judgment Cliffs East. Ow, you should be on your guard if you're headed past here. What are you talking about? There's this worm-like creature underground. I tried to blast it back to get some distance and flee like I normally would, but that bastard's underground, so I couldn't move it at all.
I see.
So there are enemies that can't be moved around. Yep, enemies that are underground, and some others too. I'm completely spent because I can't use my standard tactics. If you're going to go through, you should start thinking about how you'll handle it. Immovable enemies, that's going to be tough. I better devise a strategy. Stack the enemies on top of them.
Yes.
Let's try it.
Let's do this.
Harder to stack these than I thought. Alright. In that case... I think left assault... Grapple... Thunder... Power Wave... Thunder again... And attack.
Here goes!
Thunder!
Too slow.
Picking on poor Rainy. Push assault. Thunder. Attack. Yeah, they really do like to beat up on Rainy.
That about does it.
Yes! Finally the right assault! Thank goodness.
Let's finish this quick.
Grapple. Left assault. Left assault. Grapple. Push assault. And thunder.
Here goes! Here goes!
That about does it.
That feels good when you can pull that off. Time Sage, you've lost the plot of what's going on. Basically, we have two timelines. Okay, that was a rock. Basically, there are two timelines. One where we stay with the SI, and one where we get into the... Okay, I guess we don't want to go that way. Let's just go to Sand Fortress, I guess.
Yes.
And,
Let's go, everybody!
actually, just to take a little look here. Basically, we got to switch between two timelines where we made a pivotal decision about who we're teamed up with. Okay, yeah, it doesn't stack up. Figured not, but it was worth a shot.
What's its weakness?
Ice. Good to know. Oh, I thought it would be dead by that point. That's what I get for going easy.
Let's continue onward.
It looks like something I can pick up, but I guess not. Good news, though. Whenever we go back to the other timeline, we can join up with Rosch.
Yes.
We'll fight this one.
Don't let up.
Actually, no. Right assault. Still not quite enough. Oh, attack the crystals with the sword. Didn't even think about that, Rusty. Thank you. There we are.
Too simple.
Let's go back and try.
Here they come.
Couldn't break it. All right. Something for the future. We'll take on the second one.
Let's go, everybody!
Push. Push and attack. Ow. Jerks. It's getting a little mean.
How about this?
That still didn't kill him? You serious? have a lot of revivals. Jeez.
We did it.
Ooh, fire! Now we're talking. Let's get out of there. All right, Sand Fortress South. What are we in for?
So this is the sand fortress that borders Granorg. That means Grand Plain up ahead is Granorg territory, yeah? Maybe the army will come along soon and take it back.
We can't wait for that.
Yeah, probably not. Heiss's agents said that the Diaz Knights are guarding the place. We fought them before at Lasville Hills, right?
Do you think this will work, Stocke?
If we're going to make our move, now's the time to do it. While power releases away.
We can do
Our
it.
objective is to move quickly from the first floor.
Super Dementio, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciated.
Let's move out.
So is this going to be our first dungeon? Oh, what the? What is hitting me? Nothing around here though.
Welcome. Come on, see if you like something.
We still don't have enough money for the weapon. Oh my god, they keep getting better. How do they keep getting better stuff? Like, how much do I save up for now? I might have to take some time and just grind money in this game. Holy crap. Sheesh. Spiderlink, thank you very much for the first time chat. Ah, anti-sleep. That's the stuff we needed. Let's get 5. Just so we know. I mean, I can sell my old stuff. My old stuff is, like, not going to get me a ton of money. I can get a little over 100. So, yeah, I might have to grind up some money at some point. Oh, that's enemy soldier. Oh.
He looks strong.
Whoops. Left. Push. Okay, they're not too bad. Don't paralyze me. Well, that sucks. Let's change with Stocke. Left, attack, attack. Yep, I figured it wasn't going to be enough. It's me exploring for treasure. I can't help myself.
That about does it.
I'll kill them all!
They're here!
I'll protect you.
Freaking traps.
They're here! Don't let them escape!
Don't let up.
This feels like a dumb move by my part.
It's the enemy! It's the enemy!
Well, if they let me move that, there might be something around here, right? Nope.
I'll kill them all!
Here they come.
I'll kill them all!
Incoming.
They're here! Don't let them escape!
Nope, nothing here. Yeah, I can't use Rosch. I will use Rosch as soon as I'm back in his timeline, now that I have everybody evened up. Alright, let's save. Has to be some kind of goodie around here, right?
They're here!
I'll protect you.
Nope. I am the stealthiest person.
It's the enemy! I'll kill them all!
Nobody can spot me.
They're here!
Incoming.
Good thing they give up real easy. Can I use their bed, please? It has a recover option, Analyst Duelist, but I'm only able to use it's a very limited resource. Alright, on this floor I'm actually gonna kill everybody.
They're here! Don't let them escape!
You got this.
Actually, push left, left, grapple, thunder. What's that?
Here goes!
Get used to the Rosch level problem. Oh boy.
Too simple.
They're here! Don't let them escape!
Well, we'll just see how it all goes.
We got the upper hand!
Left, push, right, There we go.
Did you really think you could beat me?
Ooh, frost. We got ice, fire, and electric now. Well, completely out of herbal tea. Think I'm definitely at least gonna have to use money to just get a bunch of MP items. 'Cause dear God, it gets used up quick.
Don't make a mistake!
Here we go!
What's the best idea for this one? Back, down, forward, right. Okay. Of course. That's all right. Back. Left. Forward. See, we're figuring this out. Let's see what frost looks like.
Here goes.
15 damage every action is kind of rough. Freaking traps. Uh-oh.
We just have to get past here, and we're out. Just a little farther. Let's keep it up, guys.
Go.
Alright, let's see how we do.
It's do or die.
Looks like left, left. Actually, push, then left. Oh God! Poor Rainy. Oh, that was brutal. There's so many of them. Okay. Let's change with Marco. I need to just take out some enemies, so let's use grapple.
Here goes.
Man, they're still not dead. Jeez. I needed some sort of multi-heal. So little health left. Heal Stocke.
This'll do the trick.
At least one's down.
There. This is looking bad.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's change with Marco. Grapple this guy forward.
Here goes.
There we go. Now we're in a bit better shape. Got some room to breathe. Let's heal Rainy. Use the soothing balm on Marco.
Here you go.
Good one!
That was good.
There!
No! I feel alive again!
There!
And we'll change with this dude so we can just maximize stuff. Okay, now we can do something.
Here goes.
Couldn't quite see which one did more damage.
This is looking bad.
Whew, he still has a lot left. Alright, let's heal Marco.
Here you go.
Thanks. What's its weakness?
There!
It didn't reveal any weakness. What the heck? I've been scammed. Well, let's maximize this damage. Almost.
It's finally over.
Wow, barely missed out on level 12 for the others.
Is everyone all right?
We really pulled it off. I'm just fine. Thanks, Stocke.
That was trickier than I thought it would be.
Glad we made it through okay.
From here on, we'll be going through Grand Plain. And past that, Granorg.
Yeah, we'll really have to watch ourselves from here on out.
Give me an in.
I agree. Come on, let's not waste any time.
Alright, let's get out of here. Well, it's nicer on this end, not so deserty. Can't get there. I'm being taunted by a series of chests. Where the heck was an enemy at? Here we are.
Did you really think you could beat me?
Man, Rosch just got left in the dust. Maybe I should have used him earlier. So, point taken. Use Rosch anytime we're in his timeline. Okay, they will let me move back, so that is good. Thank God for that. Heal, heal, heal.
Welcome! Yes. Thank you.
Thank God for that. I believe there's a thing we can turn in here. Or is it the other timeline that we need to have that? Yeah. Yeah, in the other timeline, there's a guy here that we can give our stuff to. So that's pretty much where we're at. All right, back out. Actually, before we go, I need to spend a little cash. I mean, it spends up most of it, but that herbal tea will be really nice. Yep, this is a game where you have to grind for money. Dear God. There is no easy way to make money in this game, is there? Heal emote. You guys can't force me to heal. Lightbox, thank you so much for the subscription. Really do appreciate that. What we got here? Goblins? Ow! Jeez. They're not happy. Push assaults. Of course, Rainy's poisoned. Let's change with...
Here you go.
I feel alive again.
Oh my God, she got poisoned again. The heck? That's just unfortunate luck. These guys are really annoying. Okay, goblins are weak to ice.
We did it, Stocke!
Dear God. I guess you can avoid fights and be all right, but it also just feels like to me that you need to fight in order to. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! In order to be ready for anything. Well, that seems unfortunate to have a camp right there. Now, what's this?
There's guards everywhere. Mark, isn't there any other way?
All the cliffs around here limit our options. I don't think we have a choice but to get past them.
What? And here I hoped you had a miracle for me. Well, we could always try brute force, but stirring up trouble here might not be a good idea. What do you think, Stocke? Help me!
Somebody in trouble?
Huh? Was that a girl's voice? Why would a little girl be hanging around here?
Let's go, everyone!
Got the fire. Now, who's this?
Hey, there she is!
She's in danger! Stocke?
Well, let's save her now.
I'm with you there, Stocke. Hang in there, kid! We'll save you!
We're pretty healed up, so we should be fine.
Don't lose focus.
Left assault. Let's try frost. Sheesh. Brutal. That sucks. Of course. Let's push. Then right. Attack, and let's find out their weakness.
What's its weakness?
Paralyze. I don't have any paralyze. Go figure. Whoop. That's not the right thing. Yeah, these battles really are more akin to puzzles.
Yeah, we won!
Oh, we got a portrait.
Who are you? Real quiet. But thanks for helping everyone.
Wait. Oh boy, is this this is Cassandra Lee Morris, isn't it?
My name's Ott.
Yep. Morgana's in here. She was voicing somebody in the other Atlas game, and now we got we got Morgana, we got Irie, and now we got Ott. Of course. I ought have known.
This is Lise.
Oh, hello, Lise.
And over there is Uncle Vanos.
She has a whole troop.
Amy, that girl's a Satiros.
Wow, yeah. This is my first time seeing one too.
Ah, yes, Sothis as well.
What's your name?
Wow. Cassandra Lee Morris is in every game that Amy and I are streaming. I guess other than Final Fantasy XIV, but still. Yeah, that we know of.
Stocke.
Stocke, huh?
Those earrings look really painful.
I notice she's not asking us.
Seems that Stocke is popular even with the little ones.
Remember the Spy X family comparisons we made in the first session? Oh my gosh. Is she gonna be... Oh, it's been so long since I watched. Is she gonna be, what's the little girl's name? Anya, that's it. Thank you, Amy. Well, let's talk to everybody.
You're so strong, Stocke. We're traveling entertainers. What do you do, Stocke?
I'm Lise, the Vanos Entertainment Troupe's beautiful dancer.
Oh, I didn't expect her to actually have a
Thanks for
portrait.
saving us.
Thank you for saving us.
Honestly, when I looked at these guys, I thought they were dragon people, not goat people.
My name is Vanos. I lead this troop.
I still can't cut down that stuff.
Hey, Stocke, what do you do for your job? How can I get strong like you? Hey, Stocke, how can I get strong?
A dashing swordsman who rescues damsels in distress? Wow, nice going. I think Ott's quite taken with you. Of course, if you've done the same for me, I'd have a crush on you too. A dashing sword. Of course, if you've...
Ma, you're strong. It truly surprised me. I wish we were that strong. We'd travel in more safety.
All right. Well, you guys take care.
Where are you going, Stocke? Can you say?
Don't bother the man, Ott.
So who's playing Lise?
I just want to thank him for helping us.
Come on, Ott.
No. Ott's request is reasonable. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, is that Jeremy Lee as I forget, Lise?
We owe you our lives.
And I saw somebody said Vanos here is Ignat's voice actor.
We'd be the shame of the Satiros tribe.
Oh, it's not Jeremy Lee. It's Christine Marie Cabanos. Okay. I don't know that name.
Is there nothing we can do to assist you.
Hey, Stocke, why don't we try asking them?
We need to get past the border up ahead, but in truth, we don't have any passes.
Ah, I'm sure you have your reasons. It just so happens that we are headed to Gran Org ourselves. Why not travel with us as part of our performing troupe?
Oh, Lisa's voice actress is Happy. I did not recognize it.
That ought to forestall any fuss, I think.
Yeah, I don't really see any other way. All right, we'll leave it to you.
Your attire is quite conspicuous. You should wear these robes.
Yes, because robes are always less conspicuous.
But what about Stocke? Shouldn't he have one too?
Mr. Stocke's attire is uncommon enough that I believe we could pass it off as a costume.
Are my clothes that odd?
Eh.
You'll be fine. Just follow us, Stocke.
I mean, not the first time these two actors have been characters that are close to one another.
Well then, shall we be off?
Oh, Ott's in the party. Alright. Level 11. You know what? I have a feeling it's going to be the same situation as Rosch will have. Rosch, whatever. Yeah, it's Rosch. Sorry. Apparently, Ott's a magic newt is a nuke. I mean, she doesn't have a lot of clothes. She's one of those young girls that are barely dressed, which she is being portrayed as actually young though, so I appreciate that. It's not one of those situations where I'm actually 600 years old. Really, you're the young one, even though I look like a child. Let's do a practice battle with Ott before moving on.
We should finish this quick.
So we got Electric Trap, Steel, Enemy Scan, and Polaris. Of course there's a Polaris. So no moving. Interesting. I can set a trap. Interesting. Let's try this. Just to play around a bit. Actually. Oh, I've already changed it. Okay, I made a mistake. Actually. Yeah, I made a mistake. Shoot. Okay, yeah, okay. Dang it. Try steel and then left. Okay. Did not expect the giant mallet.
No!
She really needs to stop getting poisoned. I don't think I'm in a position to set her up properly anymore. It's unfortunate. Push. Push.
Here I go!
Oh, what the? Support skill? This is new. Here you will learn about support skills. Support skills are random actions performed by allies on standby. These can take the form of additional attacks or healing. Support skill trigger rate increases the more skills your allies know. The trigger rate will also increase based on your allies' luck stat. Nice. This is not going well. Push. Right.
Leave it to me.
Hey, stolen item. I mean, she's dead, but that didn't go so well.
Here you go.
You didn't have to beat her up as soon as she woke up. Still figuring out the best way to take out these goblins. Alright, sheesh.
We did it.
Support skills are new to the 3DS version. Oh, aerosol. Nice. Well, that could have gone a little better. But now I have an idea of what to do.
Hey!
Stop right there. Let's see your passes.
Will this suffice? Yeah.
Traveling performers, huh?
Go!
Alright, move along.
Most gracious of you. Come, everyone. Let us be going. Hey!
Hold it right there.
Is something amiss? Huh?
Are you performers too?
Ah, yes. They're... Enough!
I didn't ask you.
Hey!
Answer my question or none of you pass.
Indeed, sir. We're new members. 1,000 pardons for not introducing ourselves.
Stocke? I never knew we could act so friendly to someone.
Yeah.
It is weird. You the only humans in the act?
Yes, sir. You are correct.
Hang in there, Stocke.
As I was just about to explain, they have only recently joined our troop. Enough!
I said I didn't ask you.
Huh?
Recently, huh? Are you really a performer? Alright, prove it to me. Show us your act and we'll let you pass.
My act? One moment, sirs.
What's he gonna do? I didn't expect them to be this cautious, or did they never plan to let anyone through? There's no time to lose. Should I draw my sword? I have to think about this one carefully. Huh. That's not a idea. Let's... I'm guessing... Yes, Abaddon, give me the bad end option. Before you say that, I will say the bad end option is force your way in. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, I was right. Forcing our way through these soldiers, is that the only way for us? Well, not much choice.
Huh?
Well, we're waiting. Aren't you going to oblige?
What?
But what are you doing?
Stocke, we've got a runner.
Ah, of course.
We need to either chase him down or make a run for it.
Stocke, what are you doing?
I'm sorry for dragging you all into this, but this is the work we do.
Stop! Hurry!
You should get far away from here, quickly. I won't do anything to you, but it's best you forget you met us.
Stocke and the others broke through the Grenord checkpoint. However, one soldier escaped and alerted Grenord to their presence. As a result, infiltrating the kingdom took far longer than they had anticipated. By the time they gained entry to Grenord, their contact had already fled the city. The war between Alistil and Grenord grows ever more intense. Well, we've knocked out 2 bad endings. This time.
You've returned, Stocke.
Those beast-kind entertainers you met. It seems your destinies intertwine in the future, especially that little girl.
Try to resolve the situation without using force so your ties are not severed.
If you learn some sort of feat or performer's trick, I'm sure you can fool those guards.
Ah, there we go.
Shall we record the actions you've taken so far, just in case?
There's our dead end. But hey, look how much progress we made. Wait, is she not in the party at all? Oh yeah, there she is. Get her back in here. I'm going to try one more time to use her properly.
Let's do this.
Alright, so we have the advantage. Let's do back, back, right. Not gonna be good at everybody, but we'll get at most of them. Push. Push. Right. Frost. And steel.
I'll trap him!
Look at that. 13. Didn't even kill everybody, but we got 13. I don't think there's any way to swap in Daichi. Or Marco, I guess, in this case.
I can help too.
He'll come in to help, but that's about it. Oh, they didn't kill everybody. Wild.
We did it, Stocke!
Not too shabby. What to do? There's no time and I don't see another way. No, I can't. If we get into a fight, we'll drag the troop into our mess.
Huh?
What's wrong? A traveling performer ought to have a trick or two up his sleeve. Don't tell me you can't do any tricks. I say you're no performer and you don't pass. We can't allow in performers who don't know how to put on a show. Get out of here.
But, if you could just give us a moment. Enough!
No, that's final, and you're seeming pretty sketchy yourself. None of you get to pass.
Ah, well. We should withdraw for now. Oh, dear. We'll never get through at this rate.
At least I got a kick out of seeing Stocke act like that.
Yes.
Quiet you.
Quiet you.
But in any case, I doubt you'll be able to pass that checkpoint without showing off some sort of trick. Stocke must do something to impress the guard, or none of us will be able to pass.
Only you could use that blade of yours to perform a sword dance.
Sword dancing, eh? It's true.
Ah, sword dancing. We need to go talk to Keel.
Well, you have to show them something. Oh, I know! I've heard that a soldier in Lieutenant General Raoul's brigade is skilled at sword dancing. Why not have him teach you?
Hey, you want us to go all the way back to Alistel after we came this far? We're on the clock
we used the
here.
inn.
It's faint, but I sense black energy here as well.
Do I just need to eliminate these soldiers?
That isn't the solution to
Interesting that
everything,
Ott's
Stocke.
still here.
Then you'd have me doing tricks? Anything but that.
Oh, don't be that way. Why not give it a try?
Why not consult the skilled sword dancer your companion mentioned?
I suppose it wouldn't waste any time if I went through Historia. All right, I'll look into it.
I'm glad to hear it. Remember, you must find someone skilled at sword dancing.
I know
If
just
you
a guy.
ask around in Rosch's brigade, you may be able to find someone who fits the bill. Well then, we must go back.
What was that?
Now that is fascinating.
Those soldiers look wound up tight. The last time we were here, they let us through without any problems. The last time we were here, I guess this...
Whoops.
The last time we were here, I guess this means the war with Alistel is getting worse.
With your skills, Stocke, sword dancing shouldn't be a challenge. If you learn from a true master, I'm sure you'll pick it up in no time. Unfortunately, we've never used sword dancing in this troop. I wish we could teach you.
All right. Let's go to Historia. Man, seeing, I mean, obviously a lot of these are side quests, but just seeing just how much is still left in the nodes is ridiculous. There's still this middle thing here that I don't quite understand. I guess it's if you just do nothing. Very odd. But at the very least, we need some explosives. Let's do some time traveling and go hang out with Rosch again.
Hello.
Damn.
Let's send some scouts.
No. Let's send out scouts. We can't ignore the possibility that the forces coming here are just a diversion. It would be more prudent to strike swiftly than to engage them in a prolonged ambush.
You're right. It would be foolish to think they'd send their entire army to Alma Mine.
And the merchant can't be far.
You seem confident of that. Very well.
How intriguing.
Keel, select a few men from the brigade to do a thorough search of the area. The merchant could be close, but he more than likely got lost.
Right away, Captain. The explosives are here!
All right, we're
Faster
set.
than I thought. Stocke was right on the money. Now we can go in.
So despite being separate, this is how the two timelines affect each other. We'll blow up the entrance and move in immediately. Stay back and take cover. Permission to detonate, Captain?
Permission granted, soldier.
Breaking Rocks has been revised in the White Chronicle. And Duel in the Dark has been added. Now the mission can proceed. The interference of the other Chronicle's owner has been thwarted, which means history is playing out one step closer to its proper course. But that doesn't mean it won't be tampered with again. If so, I'll have to use the same trick to circumvent his schemes.
Let's go over the details of the mission once more. We have reason to believe that Granorg's forces are infiltrating this mine. Our job is to find and annihilate them.
Captain!
Oh, sorry, I thought they were going to talk for some reason. Captain, do we know how many there are?
They won't be able to send a huge force into a cramped mine, so I doubt there's too many of them. But don't let your guard down. This will be your first battle.
We'll be okay. The Prophet Noah is watching over us. The heathen soldiers of Granorg can't beat us.
Right?
Right, guys?
Yeah!
Yeah! We're the pure melted snow. We'll wash them away lickety-split. Long live the Prophet Noah. Long live General Hugo. Long live Alistel. We're going to die. They're whipped into a frenzy. I wonder how many of them I'll be able to bring back alive. It's at times like these that I find myself questioning the prophet's proclamations. I don't blame you. Captain, is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Prepare to begin the mission. Everyone must stick together at all times inside the mine. Whatever happens, under no circumstances should you go off alone. We'll leave a detachment here to guard the entrance. If the enemy should happen to reach this point, they must be stopped at all costs. That's all from me. Anything to add, Stocke?
You all know what Captain Rosch's top priority is. It's to bring you all back to Alistel alive. Don't act rashly. Just believe in your captain and give it your all. Rosch and I won't let any of you die. Let's come home with a victory to show for it.
Yeah! It's go time! Let the Prophet Noah guide you!
Fizzy, I don't know which one will end up being the proper history since both timelines truly affect one another. Honestly, I'm surprised there's only two. I honestly thought it would break into more and more possibilities. But I guess it keeps it simpler to just leave it at two.
Follow me, men!
Well, let's go ahead and get Rosch on the team. Once again, we'll replace Marco for now. And before I forget, there is
I'd
something.
better not leave right now.
Oh, dang it! I was gonna go save that guy.
Wanna buy something?
Oof, it's only 691 gold. That's rough.
What's the matter, Rainey?
It's nothing. But Come on. We need to deal with the enemy as quick as we can.
Well, my pawns, I need to see more of it before I decide on whether I'm getting Sonic Frontiers or not.
I agree. Let's move on. But carefully.
That reminds me. Supposedly there are goblins in this mine. We'll find ourselves facing them too.
Oh, goody.
Don't go and let them get the best of you before we face the real enemy. Oh, and Keel, your sword dancing is impressive, but it's not fit for combat. Don't get overconfident.
Understood.
Alright, I guess we'll...
We got this!
Let's see how Rosch does. One row. Oh my god. Well, in that case, I might as well do this.
This'll leave a mark.
Dang.
Let's continue onward.
Yeah, Rosch is definitely a powerhouse.
Shit. Was there a cave-in somewhere?
This is a pretty old mine.
I'm also nervous about what the enemy's up to. Keep your eyes open.
Rainy does not like claustrophobic places, that's for sure. Go.
Don't let up.
What's the best idea here? Let's do a... Let's do push. Left.
This'll leave a mark.
That'd be fine. Left. And frost.
Here I come.
Let's continue onward.
Not too shabby. She is definitely needing to get some MP. Oh, no!
Don't let up.
Shoot. I was hoping to fully explore this place. Nope, screwed up. Dang it.
Don't let up.
I guess I can escape. Alright.
Let's hurry.
Thanks, Lightbox. What the heck are you?
Yes.
Interesting. I can't actually go that
We
way,
should finish
but
this quick.
let's change with Rosch. Roche? I forget which. I've lost track of which. Actually, let's try out the aerosol and see what happens.
How about this? Here I come!
Alright.
Did you really think you could beat us?
An extra slam thing. Oh, hey, resurrection. So there must be a way from the opposites, the next room over, to allow me to go back down. Good to know. Can't harvest those yet.
Here they come.
Let's clear these guys out. Oh, God.
Let's do this.
Got us left. Left. Column. And frosts.
This'll leave a mark.
There we go.
We did it.
Oh, jeez. Screwed that one up.
I'm gonna lose.
Push you. Get you down to the left.
This'll leave a mark.
I got some of them.
Here I come. Well, that was underwhelming.
Okay, at least Rosch seems to be catching up pretty quickly. I gotta pull it all the way over there. Yeah, the goblin screams are pretty obnoxious.
Hey, Captain?
Hmm?
We've been all over this mine and haven't run into anything but goblins. Are Granorg's forces really here?
Yeah, I don't think there's been any mistake.
Okay.
What's with the sulking? You seem to have a lot more pep when we left Alistel.
Oh, no. It's just, I feel a little let down.
Sure.
I thought transferring to the normal army would mean I'd see some action in a huge battle. Instead, I'm tromping around in a half-collapsed mine. I guess I never thought I'd be in a place like this again.
Some backstory.
Have you been on a mission like this before?
Quiet. I hear something.
You do? I don't hear any...
Whoa! What the?
Damn. It's a cave-in.
How can you be so calm? Get moving! Don't just stand there!
Well, that ain't good.
Damn it. This won't be easy to move.
Hey! Are you guys okay? Yell if you can hear me! Yes.
Oh, yes, sir. I think we're all still here.
Any
They have that
injuries?
little vocal line that makes me think they're actually gonna, you know, talk.
Sir.
A few of us were hurt a little, but nothing serious, sir. Captain, what should we do?
Link up with the detachment we left at the entrance! Captain.
Understood. What about you, Captain?
We'll keep going and search for the enemy. Once you meet up with the others, do something about this passage so we can all regroup later. Yes, sir. Hey.
All right, guys. This way.
I thought I was dead this time for sure.
This time.
Rainy.
Never mind. I just got a little freaked out.
Looks like we won't be able to get out for a while. Keel, you okay?
I'm fine, Captain.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Now that the tunnel is blocked, the enemy can't pass through to Alistel's side anymore. And the tunnel from here leads straight ahead. There's only one place they could be, really.
Oh, there
Where'd
you
all this
go.
come from, Keel? You seem to really know your way around this place.
I actually used to work in a mine. Plus, I've been to Alma Mine before, so I know more or less how it's laid out.
Convenient.
I would explain it.
What's your question,
I
Time
guess you
Sage?
can't judge by appearances. So you think if we go down this path, we'll find them?
I'd say so, yes.
Keel, I should warn you. It looks like we'll have to fight them off ourselves.
Oh, Time Sage, that is pure video game logic. That's all it comes down to.
I'd never order you to go first, of course. You'll be supporting us from the rear. But this will be a pretty grim situation for your first real battle. Are you up for it? If you're not sure of yourself...
I'll do it. Please, let me help. Might not be as good as you or the sergeant, but I'll still do my best.
Good. That's what I like to hear from my men. In
There
that
you go.
case, let's go on ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get a little healed up. Using up our herbal tea nice and quick, that's for sure. Plenty of soothing balm, though.
Yes.
Let's see another way forward. So 2 ways forward. Okay, save point, that's good. Oh, sweet, more royal jelly. Okay, let's go back.
Yes.
Get out of the way here.
Yes.
Oh, sweet, money.
Yes.
We're definitely seeing what we have to do, like, We gotta be able to sword dance. We gotta be able to cut through those trees. We gotta be able to cut through the crystals. So much stuff to cut through. All lead to here. Still in the prologue for Rosch's timeline. It's kind of nuts. I don't know if this will blow up the other barrels. I'm just gonna move it real quick.
Yes.
I haven't fought you before. Let's do this.
Alrighty then.
Left. Alright, everybody but the underground enemy. And I want to check. I want to try something with that underground enemy. That actually, what does air assault do to it?
How about this?
Okay, so I can't just toss it out of the ground. Would be a cool option though. Healing herb. That's...
Look, there they are.
They
Alright,
must have used
found
those
them.
explosives to blast open the entrance and get in.
The cave-in before was probably caused by the explosion. We used explosives on our side of the entrance first, but the cave-in happened much closer to this side.
Whoa, so wait. We almost got buried alive because of them?
Hey, could you keep it down a little? They'll hear us.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
There's more than I expected. Maybe more than we can handle. Any ideas, Stocke?
Well, let's try those explosives.
What? We do that, and we'll be buried alive for sure.
That will be
Actually,
fine.
I think we'll be okay. Those explosives over there aren't as powerful. Not powerful enough to cause a collapse anyway.
Oh, Giant Fire Ring Cole, thank you so much for the follow. We do appreciate it.
But even a weaker explosive can make a great weapon.
Then that's what we'll do. At the very least, it ought to thin them out.
How do you make the most outlandish decisions with such a straight face? And again, you've always been like that. Okay, we have our plan.
I think I see why this guy's Stocke's best friend now.
We'll
Wow.
handle igniting the explosives. You guys finish off the remaining soldiers.
All right.
Ready, Keel?
Yes, sir. This'll be my first time in a real fight.
Are you scared? It's okay. That's natural. Psych yourself up by giving a big yell from the pit of your stomach.
Rosch's design is like, every time I look at it, it just seems like it screams villain to me, even though he obviously isn't.
Now let's get going.
He's just so big and bulky. Gotta aim carefully.
Eat this!
Jeez, that'll do it.
What?
Is that the Alistil army? Damn, they've triggered the explosives. I don't believe this. impossible. This can't be happening to the Selvan troop. How dare you do this to us, you Alistinian mongrels?
Keel, time to cut loose!
Yes, sir!
Alright.
It's do or die.
Ooh, that's a lot. Let's do push. And push, to be honest.
There!
That way.
Here I come!
Guess we'll just do that, and then... As someone just walking with no knowledge, he reminds me of He-Man. Yeah, I can see that. This is Red Lotus, the other regular boss of the game. Also an awesome track. Yeah, I really like the music in this game. Should kill them all.
Here I come!
There we go. Let's heal up Rainy. And get this guy out of the front row.
Leave it to me.
Thankfully, this doesn't seem as bad as the previous boss fight against a bunch of enemies. There we go.
That's a taste of our power.
We did it.
We did it!
Oh, yeah, like Keel said.
Well done, Keel. You did great back there.
Thank you, sir. We'd never have pulled off such a bold plan without the two of you.
Come on, enough of that. You're embarrassing me.
Captain!
Well, they made it through.
Ah, I see you've taken care of the boulders.
Yes, sir.
Where's the enemy?
We've handled them already. Well done, everyone. Our first campaign couldn't have gone better. Now, this is the only loose end left. My orders are to seal the entrance, but...
Is there a problem with that?
Not really. It just feels like a waste. I'm wondering if we could use Granorg's plan here against them, mount a counteroffensive.
Interesting.
Oh, I see. You're right.
I wouldn't recommend it. They'll be watching for us to make a move like that.
You're right. If I came up with a plan that easily, they had to have thought of it first.
Good point. Oh, it was a prologue to your boss encounter. That's true.
But besides, this path is too narrow. A whole brigade would never be able to squeeze through. Fair enough. We seal this place just as ordered. That should do it.
But couldn't they just blast it open again?
We'll post a guard here, but I doubt they're dumb enough to try the same trick twice.
Oh, there we go.
In which case, mission complete. Let's head back to Alistel.
Now that it's over, it feels like it all ended too soon.
You're not wrong,
Did we
Keel.
really just win our first victory?
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But hey, we pulled it off without a single casualty. We should be celebrating.
You know, you're right. But our COs did all the heavy lifting.
Nonsense. You all did well. I may have been hoping
Rosch
for
is
the
a good
best,
guy.
but inside I was bracing for the worst. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome than this.
Captain.
Renegan Six Paths, thank you so much for the follow.
But don't go thinking you're hardened vets just yet. Once we get home, you'll be going through some harsh training. There won't be any breaks. I'll run you all so hard, you'll wish you had died today. So you
good.
better be prepared.
It's interesting that the SI route is direct into enemy territory, but here we're just still we're still on the Alistel front.
I don't think so. Sergeant Stocke, thank you. What you said before the mission about not letting any of us die, it meant a whole lot to me. Thank you very much, sir.
I like Keel.
Sure.
Well, no more Rosch in the party.
It's over already?
It is. You two did well in there. Let's go back to Alistel.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to rest here a while longer. You go on ahead, Stocke.
All right.
You'd think she'd be really ready to get out of this
There were
place.
some bumps along the way, but that went well. I think we can get through this even if we're not part of Special Intelligence anymore.
Probably. I was surprised the other guys were so green, though. That's why I froze up. I had no clue that's how it was gonna turn out.
That's not the only reason you froze up, is it, Rainey?
Huh?
It's because of where we are. The Alma Mine. After everything that happened here, I can't say I blame you.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Come on, let's get moving.
Some character mystery.
We made it. For a while there, I didn't know what was gonna happen to us.
Yes. Twice is enough for that particular experience, thank you.
You've been in a cave-in before?
You couldn't tell?
Oh, well, yeah. The mercenary troop we used to be in was wiped out by one.
Oh, geez.
We had taken a job from Alistel to guard the mine. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared, and we were swept up in an enormous melee. Then one of the monsters broke the support beam holding up the ceiling. I don't suppose I need to tell the rest of it, do I?
So you were buried alive? That would have been the end for most. I'm surprised you two survived.
You and me both. I still can't believe we made it out.
We were grateful to have lived, but Rainey and I had nowhere to go afterwards. That's when Heiss gave us a place in the SI.
I see. There's no predicting Heiss.
But there's still something that bothers me.
This again, Rainey?
No, it's
What's
probably
this
a
about?
key feeling.
Mark still won't believe me. But I swear that monster came specifically to destroy that support beam. Mark and I were practically on a silver platter in its path, but it ignored us. He insists I'm just imagining it, mind you.
Because if that were true, it would mean monsters have some semblance of intelligence. And one causing its own death through a cave-in would indicate the opposite. How do you reconcile that?
How should I know? It must have had its reasons.
As I keep saying, it's all in your head. It's just your imagination, Rainey. And if it isn't, all it means is that we were unlucky.
And round we go.
Nah, she's probably right.
He was making a beeline for that support beam.
Don't get too worked up over it. It's in the past. Putting it out of your mind is the best way to get beyond it.
I agree completely.
All right, I get it. Either way, whatever happened, happened. No point bickering over it now. Okay, that's enough talk about that. Let's get going.
You've returned, Stocke.
Oh,
You
just
have
straight
begun
back here.
walking the path of a soldier.
Oh, because it's the end of the prologue.
It will not be an easy journey. But should you falter, look around you. There will always be people there to lend their support. Now, let us add a new chapter to the White Chronicle.
By advancing the story, new chapters will appear in the White Chronicle. Select continue if you'd like to proceed to the next chapter.
Just in case, do you want to record your actions up till now?
Alright. Well, I think that's a good place to save and stop for today. We have finished both prologues, and if we take a look at the White Chronicle, we have filled in 25. Interesting little diversion here. But yeah, we have definitely made some progress. Opened up more of the Chronicle, but there is still way more to go. And we'll just see what else we can experience throughout here. And yeah, see how these two stories kind of interlink. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this, and appreciate you all being here for this. Just as a reminder, I will be back on Wednesday to stream more of Final Fantasy XIV. The idea there is for me to hopefully maybe finish up 3.2, and I'll also be doing 3.3, 4, and 5. Just basically all the stuff up to Stormblood over time, so we can get caught up on all that. There's like I said, there's a lot of stuff for me to show off in Final Fantasy XIV now that I finished the main story of Heaven's Ward, and before we jump into Stormblood. So, you know, some fun things to showcase there. We'll be back on Saturday for more of Radiant Historia. However, it'll have to be Sunday night again for Devil Survivor 2, as that will be the other EP squad, as we call them, for GVG for GVG patrons. So it'll have to be Sunday night. But yeah, that's all of our setup for streams for this week. Thank you so much for following along and joining me for all of this. And I'm looking forward to doing even more in the future. Time pun. I have nobody that I currently follow is streaming right now. If there's any suggestions for us to raid, otherwise we'll just call it a night. Let's see. Any suggestions? Oh, Original Raisins? We can maybe raid Original Raisins. I think we've raided them once before. Still playing Radiant Dawn?
Well, he was. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's also Alive Gamer 00. Splatoon 2. So, Splatoon or Radiant Dawn? I guess that's the question. As far as hashtag, let's go with Dual History. Why not? That's not a bad idea. And I've only seen one suggestion for who we should raid, and it's from Sonic Joe with Splatoon, so I guess we'll go with that. Alright everyone, thank you so much for for following along. We'll start up that raid, and yeah, call it a night. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully. And if not, if you're just here for Radiant Historia, we'll see you on Saturday. Till then, everyone, bye.